Alright, you already know how I feel about the coaching hires the Las Vegas Raiders have made, but equally important is who the Raiders didn't hire. A lot of you wish they would have hired Jim Harbaugh over Josh McDaniels, but that would have been the biggest mistake the Raiders could have made. Harbaugh is John Gruden 2.0 in so many ways it's not even funny. Many will argue he went to 3 straight NFC title games and the Super Bowl. But just like Gruden with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he did so with a team someone else put together. Also like Gruden, all he did was give the 49ers just enough offense to play complementary football to the defense. And once he started losing players from that team, he couldn't replenish the roster. So he showed he couldn't be in charge of an NFL roster. And let me say this about his time at Michigan. It took him 7 years to beat arch-rival Ohio State and go to the playoffs. Pete Carroll won his first national championship in his 3rd year at USC after failing in the NFL. So miss me with all that he won everywhere he's been crap. And this hiring cycle, no one bought what he was selling in his so-called desire to win a Super Bowl. He just wanted to try to get a bigger bag to make up for the pay cut he took at Michigan. He wanted to play the NFL against Michigan the same way Gruden played the Raiders against ESPN. But owner Mark Davis wasn't having it this time around. He didn't even give Harbaugh an interview, and he remains at Michigan. The NFL actually had very little interest in him, so Michigan is where he belongs. Oh, and it came out a day or two ago that Harbaugh was looking for $9 million a year. $9 million. Alright, let's go to this article on Raider Beat, starting with the second paragraph. It says, Harbaugh never actually interviewed for the Raiders' job, and several reports have indicated that most of the interest throughout the process was drummed up by Harbaugh's representatives. The Raiders never even reached out for an official interview. Whether it was the $9 million a year he wanted or Davis' desire for a tandem, the Harbaugh noise all came from Michigan and his agents, reporters, buddies. And you could take that to the bank because it came from Raider insider Vic Tafur from The Athletic. Now that's crazy. Davis already signed a fraud named Gruden for 10 years for $10 million. And believe me, he's paying a big chunk of the balance on that contract after Gruden's forced resignation. So there's no way he would pay Harbaugh $9 million a year at the same time. And the proof that Harbaugh just wanted a bigger bag after taking a pay cut came out yesterday on Larry Brown Sports. It says there are numerous reasons that have been reported as explanations as for why Jim Harbaugh wanted to leave Michigan for the NFL this offseason. Whether it truly was his desire to win a Super Bowl or he was using the NFL rumors as leverage with the Wolverines, lots of explanations were provided. Maybe there was a combination of several factors that led Harbaugh to explore the NFL. The Detroit Free Press's Michael Cohen published an article on Sunday in which he discussed Harbaugh's flirtation with the Vikings. He said there was a desire from Harbaugh to win a Super Bowl. The coach's realization that the older he gets, the less likely it is for him to get hired by an NFL team, and possible frustrations with Michigan that all contributed to the dalliance. But Cohen notably described Harbaugh's contract as the tipping point, pushing the coach toward the NFL. Harbaugh notoriously had his contract embarrassingly cut in half following a 2-4 season during the pandemic-shortened 2020 year. Harbaugh apparently did not care about the money, but rather the symbolism the pay cuts showed that Michigan lost part of its belief that Harbaugh was an elite coach who was worthy of elite pay. I believe that because he donated his $500,000 bonus to athletic department employees that got their salary cut due to the pandemic. So it definitely wasn't money or greed. Instead, it was pride or ego. I'm worth more than this. So was one better than the other? They are each one of the 7 deadly sins. None of that matters. What matters is that Davis didn't get caught up in any of that. He did his due diligence around the NFL and he came up with who he came up with. This is a new era of Raider football. There will be no more grossly overpaid coaches. There will be no more retreads or guys who simply get hired because they have ties to the Raider organization. Davis is now only interested in finding the guys that can get the job done. And this time he did his due diligence both inside and outside of the organization. So now he has everything: his stadium, his facilities, his coach, his quarterback. Time to win. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.